our live broadcast, and right here is the ELWA Junction, the roundabout. This is the most talked about in town now. The roundabout, these areas were completed by the 25th President of the Republic of Liberia, Jose Nyumbwaka, and it all started under the regime of His Excellency, former President uh, George Weah, and you are unfortunate to have complete the process. And on the social media this week, this whole areas had moved around the internet, and everyone was like, wow, this is so unique. So we thought it was to bring you some live coverage. Later we will be discussing with a vendor. Senior is the movement of cars, motorcyclists, and pedestrians. As you can see, some of them they are missing the roundabout, while others are in path. The raffle movement. So we will stay here for a few minutes to see how people react to this roundabout. So welcome again. This is 45 City TV. We will appreciate your comments, your like, and as well as your sharing. So keep watching. So seeing the officer there, as you can see, there's absolutely no stopping, no selling. So anyone who does that will be there with according to the law, according to PCC law right now. They have trained officers assigned to the drop of points that make sure that no one sell around, no one stand around either, no one there's no motorbike stopping, no car stopping. So everyone just moving and moving. So keep watching as we bring you most of the happening here. So, folks, we appreciate your patience as we've been here for about I don't know how many minutes. So we about to drop down. As you can see, the camera we over a building just to bring you this clear view of this roundabout. So we I'm about to get down to go to another angle to bring you one or two happening how the car move and how they add to the roundabout. And later on, we will be speaking with people who standing around to get a view and to know how they feel and who credit goes to as to the the fixing of the road. Whether it goes to the former president, Joseph, let's say George Manuel, or the Excellency Joseph Newman Burger. So we'll be getting a lot of views from other people. So keep watching, keep commenting, and keep sharing our live broadcast. This is 45 City TV live here at the ELWA Junction. So keep following. I'll be getting down anytime from the steps to move to another angle. So keep watching. So I would love to give you a first 360-degree first before getting down. So this road you're seeing so is a road that leading directly or the red light area. This road going straight to uh Kakata, Bon County and Nima County and so on. And this side is the SD Kuba Road. That's the hospital built by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And the building you see there is the LRA, the Liberia Revenue Authority, and the road straight on the side, straight as you can see, straight down is the road that leading straight to our capital city, Monrovia, which is Broad Street. And on this side is the most talked about road, which is the Rubber Field Highway. This road leading straight to Margibi and Rubber Field, which is the airport, and as far as Buchanan and so forth. So that is a 360 degrees I just gave you. So I'm about to get done, as I said. So keep watching, keep commenting. The camera machine bear with me as I get done. Thank you very much. Keep following. And many thanks to the church who granted me this request to use their facility for the live broadcast. We are back and we on this time around we on a low level. So we were up and now we on a low level. We on a low level. So That's the road are leading straight to red light. And so I'm about to get down again to go to the other end of the roundabout. So keep bearing with us as we bring you most of the happening here. I'm patiently waiting to get a green light from driver before crossing. There's no patience to old drivers. I don't care how you stand. I don't care how you stand at the crossroad. They will not give you chance. Only few of them will do that. So I'm going in the middle to get another capture here. Let me cross over a little bit. Okay. So folks, this is the building I was talking about. This hospital was built by former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and it gave a beautiful view to this roundabout. Uh, okay, and this is the road that leads directly to the SD Kuba Road. So, and this is the LRA. So, if you're coming into Liberia, wherever you are, it is the building people will coming from to collect taxes from you. So, again, this is the roundabout. So, we will stand here for a minute to get you to give you one or two interaction from here from cars, pedestrian, and motorcyclists as well. So there are two beautiful ladies just sitting, enjoying the atmosphere. I think I will have to go and get a view while they are sitting there before getting out of view. So before before passing around, giving you another angle. So please just bear with me a little bit to go and talk with those two beautiful ladies that are sitting right there. So I would love to uh, ask for your permission, even though that is not what I came for. So I just want to get your permission first before coming to them. They will give that view why they are here, and they will explain in detail.
Yes, yes. I mean, yes, we are identical twins. Yes. Oh well, actually, I'm in the era, and I'm so happy to stay there today. Before we don't even used to sit along this road, but imagine now we are here taking a lot of photos, enjoying ourselves, doing a lot of things together, and we can see our country clean.
Wow,
Yes,
okay, explain.
very clean.
So you have to make it clean.
Of course.
Which way?
But telling the other people, like, if you want to put dirt along the street, the moment I see you, I will tell you, take the dirt from here. It's not supposed to be this place, or it's supposed to be this way. So the moment I see anyone putting dirt along the street, I will definitely either report you or tell you to take the dirt from the streets.
So
Yes.
that's great. So if you want to give credit to the whole road process, President Ria and Waka, who do you give credit to?
Oh, like you said, I will actually get a ball of Plato chosen human breaker
Why?
because he actually did extremely well by enforcing the road projects and by enforcing those things to move on along this road. Moreover, the market women, the people who sell this thing along this road, they actually used to be embarrassing her. So I'm really, really thankful to President Waka for his hard work towards our country Liberia today. Yes.
So, folks, as I said, I'm going to talk to the two beautiful ladies. So, should we continue this broadcast or should we cut off?
Oh, I want to say thank you, Matthew, for bringing live the ELWA junction,
Uh,
the roundabout, the newly constructed roundabout, and we saw part of it from different angle, and hopefully we can have a better view next time. So we want to say thank you for that live broadcast, Matthew. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you another time.
okay, thank you very much. Uh, I'm going to close up. So, thank you, those that have been in Videoland. So, we appreciate everything that you have done. And we appreciate your comment. Keep following 45 City TV and keep liking our page. Thank you very much. This is 45 City TV was live at ELW Junction. Thank you very much.
That was our reporter, Matthew Jacobs at the ELWA junction, and is just showcasing the newly constructed bridge. Now we are about to go into our discussion, and we are also waiting for our panelists. We are waiting for one of our guests. But I want to say welcome to Honorable Majestu. Majestu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Y'all, please take your honorable off of me. I don't want to be for no honorable. Jasmine gets too Woola. Y'all take the honorable off of me.
Why you like honorable? Because you know,
Mm-mm.
all the lawmakers, you can hear anybody calling their representative, senator, or like that. Everybody want to be called honorable.
Yeah,
Honorable this,
no, but
honorable
like I
that.
said, the people who saying that because they don't understand honorable is only called they are only called honorable in the chambers. That's where it's the title. But when you come outside, you are representative. You are not an honorable when you are no longer in the chambers. When you in the chambers, in the chambers, that's where you are called honorable. When you step outside of the chambers, you are representative. But because, like I said, most of our lawmakers, I blame the education system who have not since the last time I was in school in Liberia, attending St. Patrick's High School and Cathedral Elementary.
Mm,
We were taught civics in school, but I seen like after the war they took civics out of the school.
mm. We want to also welcome Justice Janet, and it's good to have you on the platform again, Justice.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Good evening, Justice Johnny.
Good evening. Thank you for
We
having me.
Thank you so much. We started our discussion on the Article 61 of the Liberian Constitution, and we really appreciate your presence because we needed to have a legal mind on this platform to be able to um, properly interpret or give us clarity of the article. So I'm glad that you are here. And those of you that are joining us for the first time, or you are just tuning in again to Fortify City TV, this is the roundtable discussion, and we come to your screen or to your phone every Tuesdays and every Thursday. So it's good to be back here on the roundtable. We are here to amplify your voice. We are here to bring to light those things that needs attention, and we are here to ensure that we all work together to make Liberia a great, great nation. I want to say happy July 4th to all of us and all Americans all over the world, wherever they are. Today is Independence, and we are celebrating the sacrifices that people made along the way to reach us to this point where we are now. So I say happy July 4th to you out there, and also to the men that serve in arms and those that, those fallen heroes as well. I also want to say happy July 4th to my own panelists here. Just to thank you for your sacrifice. And
Happy Independence Day to all our American friends.
Thank you, Justice. So we are back. I want to just pull up our article, and then we can listen. We'll just have a recap, and then we come to you, Justice. Let's see what we have here. I need a so this is the roundtable. If you are joining us for the first time, I want to put up our numbers, the numbers for you to call. If you are on radio, we are also on Ablije Radio 94.3 FM, and the number is 088-1166731, 0775-734-774. And we are on Plebo Radio, the voice of Plebo, 93.5 FM. It's 0776697767. And we are also on Liberty Radio, 88.1 FM, which is 0770777572, 0886-69430. And you can also call us on WhatsApp, +19522019287. And I'm your host, Pastor Patience, here on the round table. So you are welcome again. And before we just move forward, let me put up our theme song. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, because we got a lot in store for you here. Don't go. This is the round table. Thank you there. And this is our article 61 of the Liberian Constitution. And the article states, and I want to read briefly: the president shall be immune from any lawsuits, actions, or proceedings, judicial or otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other actions or account of any act done by him while president of Liberia, pursuant to any provision of this constitution or any other laws of the republic. The president shall not, however, be immune from persecution upon removal from office for the commission of any criminal act done while president. This is our article for discussion today, and I will just call Magistu for a recap of his opinion from last discussion, and then I will call in Justice Jane. Magistu.
Yeah, my opinion of this right here. For me, I think that this article is fine. I don't have no issue with it. I don't think that it needs to be amended because they have also have in the Constitution that the president can be removed for high crime and misdemeanor. So that's why the House of Representatives who start an impeachment proceeding and take it to the Senate, and the Senate holds the trial. If I'm not mistaken, I think Justice Jana, I think he was impeached by the House of Representatives and removed by the Senate. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's a procedure that is checks and balance. In my opinion, he may have a different opinion of it, and I know, and I think it is not fair that for he or she is president that they have to be facing lawsuits. And if lawmakers see that a president is doing something that is illegal, that's when they should remove him because of high crimes and misdemeanor. So I don't see no issue with that article. I don't see no need to amend it because the law is there. They didn't say it does not say that if you president any crime that you commit, you can never be charged. It said once you are no longer president, you can be charged.
Thank you, Justice Janet.
Well, what is interesting about this article is that to some extent we have had similar provision in the 1847 Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And that provision was interpreted by the Supreme Court of Liberia in the 1930s. It involved the president of Liberia being accused of being involved in the crime of slave trading. Not only the president, but the vice president and many senior government officials. In fact, it became such a notoriety that the League of Nations at the time got involved with the matter. And a whole commission was set up to go to Liberia and investigate the veracity of these allegations. And that commission was headed by Professor Christie, who, as head of the commission, did extensive investigation in Liberia and found that, in fact, the president of Liberia, President King at the time, along with his vice president and other senior government officials, were indeed complicit in the matter. So the legislature therefore decided to take action against the president. And then some of his friends in the legislature called him and said to him that, look, we think that this is bad news for our country. We will recommend to you to probably save the country from this international shame by resigning. And President King took that advice and resigned. But interestingly, when he left office, international pressure was still made to bear on the government of Liberia to prosecute the president, the former president. And then they went and got an indictment with a writ to arrest the former president. And based on his lawyer's advice, they approached the Supreme Court with a petition for writ of prohibition. And the Supreme Court, in deciding that matter, in a very what we normally call landmark case, indicated that in order to be able to legally, judicially prosecute the president, there must have been showing that he was impeached and removed from office. In the instance where there is no showing that that president was removed from office through impeachment and trial, then he could not be reached by any prosecutor under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. So that's the way that case was decided, and that case remained the precedent case in our jurisdiction. Then in the 19 in the, I think around 2007 or 8, Mr. Bryan, who was a former
Defense Secretary, Defense Minister.
no, former interim president.
Oh yeah, Brian. Yeah, my bad. Yes.
He was indicted, and then when they went to arrest him, he said, "Well, you can't arrest me because Article 61 protects former president." In that case, the Supreme Court of Liberia said, "Look, Article 61 is available to any former president, but the president contemplated under the law is the one that was constitutionally elected." In other words, the court stay hold or held that to the extent that a man was president, constitutionally elected president, if you wanted to reach him by way of prosecution, there must be a showing that you remove him from office. In other words, you see, say, this man acted so terribly, we need to remove him. But if you act, then the man go home and go sit down, you can't go after him. And this appeared to me to be the law. Some of them may not like it. Oh, it's not a good law. But that's the law of the Republic. If you like it, change it.
That's a good, very good history. I didn't quite know about that one, but well, I learned something today. Thank you, Justice.
So go ahead, Majesty.
So the interpretation of the law that saying if the House and the House does not impeach him and the Senate does not remove him, then he cannot be charged for the crime.
No.
Exactly.
At least that's what the Supreme Court has said. And then, interestingly, when the Supreme Court did the second opinion in 2009, it quoted a number of opinions by justices before then and said, look, the court said, look, it is not our business to say law is good or not good. That's not our job. The people who get that job to do, let them do their job. When it comes to what we do, we interpret it within the context in which that law was written.
Well, if that's the case, then Justice Janet, I would say you have convinced me for us to say to add an amendment to it saying that whether you resign or not, you can still be prosecuted for it. That's where if we were to amend it, that's what it should be. If you were to resign or not, you should be prosecuted for the law. I think I think my opinion. I think that's the only adjustment with what the Supreme Court is ruling.
So thank you, Majesty. That's wonderful. That's the reason why we are here today, because we want to bring clarity to these articles, and we see wherever there's a need for reform, we should push for that, because we want the best right for this nation, and we want the nation to thrive in every area. It brings me to the question, we asked this question yesterday or Tuesday when we were on the set. Does this provisions currently, does it create, a culture of impunity? Justice?
Well, you may say so, but you see, the thing is, when you look at the Constitution of Liberia, it's not just for the president.
No.
There are similar immunity clauses for justices
and the legislature. Yeah.
They also have it for the legislature. So it's like we just made a constitution to say these public officials should not be held accountable.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Another question here is, where is the check and balance? Does
Well,
this
in the case of the president,
yeah.
they say the legislature must be real men and women that will rise up and act. So if you as population send children there who are not men and women, then of course they will not act.
The question here is, this provision of the Constitution, what because we have seen, even though there's no record that is set concerning investigation and bringing the president to order, but there are things that we have seen and we have heard that one would think that the president ought not to do so. So where does this provision, how can you check people? How can there be a check and balance that the president will not abuse the power that he has?
Change the law. Change the law.
Yeah, it's exactly change the law. Yeah. But the only way you can change the law, let's be honest, people. Let's be honest here. Most humans as a whole are not going to do the right thing if they are able to do the bad thing and get away with it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's take, for example, in the United States of America, the reason why the Civil Rights Act passed, people were able to do things since the Civil Rights Act passed, was not because white America came to a kumbaya movement and said, "Oh, we'll not discriminate against black people." It was because laws were passed that made it illegal for them to discriminate. So
that's right.
So when you look at what we have on the books right now, the citizens who are complaining about people are doing stuff with impunity, you are allowing them, you as the citizen who vote for that person, one, you vote for that person because the senators and the representatives, let's take, for example, Senator Nathaniel McGill, the man who was accused by the United States Treasurer, which I know that I can put my neck on my neck on the chopping board, that they have proof of him doing what they said that he did. The Treasury of the United States will not put sanction on anybody without them having some kind of proof. The United States government is not going to put sanction on anybody without them having proof. The current Justice Minister can simply go and ask for that evidence from the United States government to charge Nathaniel McGill for embezzlement and everything that they say that he did. But because of corruption and because they are all part of the same cohort, that they are not going to go ask for that information. But people of my GP sat there and allowed Nathaniel McGill to abuse them and look at and told them, said that they are the people of my GP, Nathaniel McGill, Senator Nathaniel McGill said that the people of my GP are stupid, they are incompetent, they will elect me because I would just give them, especially the pastors of my GP, I would just give them a few money here and there, and then they will elect me to become senator for the next 9 years.
Okay, hold your thoughts, and we want to take a caller. Tell us you are on the roundtable, 45 City Roundtable. Tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yes, Justice Janan, how you doing? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, sir?
Okay, this is Kalabu Gonglo, Justice Janan.
Oh, how you doing, Mr. Gonglo?
I have a counter argument to your interpretation of the law. Mine is not a question, but you can comment on my argument. I'm of the opinion that the job of the president, including the job of any civil servant and elected official, is a positive job description. So the job description does not include city money. Because when you take office to defend the laws and constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And the constitution includes positive description of everything that will make society good. So if you are in office and you engage in acts that undermines the constitution, then I will say that act is outside your job description. Whether you leave office peacefully, you should be prosecuted if the acts that were committed while in office were violated of the laws and statutes. That's my, I'm not a lawyer, but that's my
opinion.
Advocacy thinking.
Justice, can I answer this, man, for you, please? I mean, I'm just be a little bit.
Thank you, Mr. Gonglo.
Mr. Gonglo, I hope you're still listening. Your argument you just made here, I would say, is aside to say like this, Asana, because if you are working in the government and you commit a crime, it's a crime. You are not going to be prosecuted for not committing a crime. Only if it's a witch hunt, somebody's trying to get after you for something. So I don't see how you are disagreeing with what the justice said. He didn't say anything in per se that it was wrong to say. He said if you commit a crime, and because if the legislator does not impeach you, the previous Supreme Court justice, the previous Supreme Court rule that if the House of Representatives does not impeach you and the Senate does not remove you, then you cannot be prosecuted. He didn't say anything was a crime or not a crime. He said they said that if it was a crime, was something bad, they should be impeached. That person should be impeached. So I don't understand where your argument is, where you are leading, where your argument is coming from, or where is it that you misunderstood him on what is it that he is saying.
Okay, thank you, Magistu. Before Justice come in to respond to Mr. Gonglo, if you are out there and you want to make a contribution on this roundtable, our lines are open and we have the Voice of Plebo 93.5 FM and you want to call 0776 697767, Ablige 94.3 FM. You want to call 088 1166731, 0775 734 774, and Liberty Radio 88.1 FM 0770 777 at 088 0888669430. And you want to call USA number +1 952 201 9287. And this is the roundtable. We want to hear from Justice Jane on the comment made by Kelebo Gonglo. Justice Jane.
I tend to agree with my brother Gonglo regarding this. That fortunately for me, I was on the Supreme Court bench when this case was brought forward, and the court decided almost unanimously. You know, either we get committed to the law or we decide to do it otherwise. Is this a good law? I'm not really sure that this is a good law for a country that seeks accountability from public officials. But before I make any further comment on this, let me just read another one so you can hear and know how all of this thing came about. Go to Article 73. And if you allow me, I'll just read it quickly.
Go ahead.
This is not for the president. This is for judges and justices. But listen to what it is. It says, no judicial official shall be summoned, arrested, detained, prosecuted, or tried civilly or criminally by or at the instance of any person or authority on account of judicial opinions rendered or expressed, judicial statements made, and judicial acts done in the course of a trial in open court or in chambers, except for treason or other felonies, misdemeanor or breach of the peace. Statement, now this is the interesting part. Statements made and acts done by such officials in the course of a judicial proceeding shall be privileged and subject to the above qualification. No such statements made or acts done shall be admissible into evidence against them at any trial or proceeding. Now, similarly, we have provided for the president. But when you look at the word immunity, it means the person had done wrong, had done violation, but he said, don't owe him. That's what it means.
That's right.
Exactly. That's just the literal meaning. The man had violated the law, like my brother said, that now part of a terms of reference. That's true. But they say because he's president, he should not be subjected to all these kind of court proceedings. But if the president conduct becomes so notoriously violative of the law, the legislature has a duty to act. If they don't act, the man leave, he go home, the law says you can't go after him. So my brother's argument is very similar to the arguments the then Minister of Justice made before the Supreme Court at the time, and they could disagree with him.
So this is the round table, and we are discussing Article 61. Article 61. So you can call us. Yeah. I want to make some. You can call us and make your contribution to the discussion, and the lines are open. So if you watching us or listening to us in Radio Land, you can also call and make your contribution. Now, we are looking at these articles because we feel that there's a need for reform. So those of you out there, the citizens that are out there, and you are complaining, oh, my representative is doing this, he is not doing this, or he should do this. You need to look at this, you need to watch this video, you need to look at the Constitution. In order for your representative to change or to do anything or to be held accountable, there has to be a reform so they can be properly committed and dedicated to the job that they are doing. In the absence of that, you can complain all you want, it's not going to change. And so we our lines are open for calls. Or while we are waiting for those calls, I want to ask this question, Justice Janet. Can the president use this immunity to avoid accountability for human rights violation or other serious offenses?
When President King was excused from prosecution at the time, what he got involved with was slave trading. That was one of the most serious human rights violations at the time. But the court said there's a condition precedent to prosecuting the president of Liberia. And that condition precedent is that the legislator must have first acted and remove him from office. Where the legislature failed to do so, and the mere term is over, he goes home, our lawyer will not allow the prosecution of that person.
Wow.
In fact, anything, we should be paying him or her pension for the rest of her life.
So, most of the time, our laws, we always like to compare with other countries. So it brings me to the question, this law, this provision in the Constitution, is it consistent with international human rights standards?
Well, the thing about the Constitution is that it's the supreme law of the country. So where we seem not to be in consonance with other international agreement, we need to find a way to harmonize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why it's very important, you keep saying, and I couldn't agree with you more, that we need to start thinking about what we can do with our constitution. Look, we have had almost like 30 years of instability. We went through civil conflict. All of these experiences now need to be brought on board to inform the writing of a new constitution for Liberia.
Yeah. Honorable Majesty. Sorry, I just can't get rid of the honorable.
Please take the honorable up for me.
Sorry. You want to respond to that?
No, I mean, I agree with the justice. We need to, my agreement for me, I would take a step further, is to dismantle the unitary state and we have a federal republic. That's what I think we need to do, because the president, the executive branch of the central government has too much power. I think that we need to have a strong, independent county/state government and a city government. I think the point of us having Panama chiefs and clan chief elected is useless. I don't view a reason why we should elect Panama chief and clan chief. They should just stay in the ceremonial role of you are the head of your clan, and that's what it is. You just the head of it. When the power of the mom died, the oldest child take over and be the clan of the head. Kind of like how we have with the UK. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. And then you are funding your clan. If your clan do not have the money to continue in that, then it died off. But when it comes to administrative actions, administering the state of the affairs of the people and things like that, it should be with elected officials, not clan chief and Panama chief. I don't see no need for we shouldn't get rid of it, but it should not be in charge of anything. Just you should be in charge of your clan. For that way. So I agree with the justice that we need a reform, but I think the reform that I would say we'll do is to get rid of the unitary state. Unitary state, we have tried this experiment for 177 years. I think right now it's time for us to do something different. That's why right now, like I said, I have my petition out for us to have superintendent and mayor be elected position. I hope the justice can sign my petition. When I get back in the country, Justice John, I would love to come and have a conversation with you to pick your brain a little bit.
Okay, thank you. Justice, we're still talking about this provision 61, and even the one you read. Does this provision undermine separation of powers and the independence of the judiciary? Because if the president can do anything, he can prevail on the judiciary to act as his will and pleasure.
Well, the Constitution gives the president pervasive power to do plenty of things in this country. In fact, the president was just to follow the law. There's no way he can be a dictator. How much more those who still want more power? So it's a serious matter, very serious. The president of Liberia is given authority by the Constitution to appoint more than 4,000 people in public position of consequence. In addition, all these appointments, almost, I think, like 75% of them, they work at his will and pleasure.
Of course.
Justice, at the 2018 Local Government Act, they just added more position for the president to appoint.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, in addition to all of these powers, the president of Liberia for the past few years has always been going out to look for more power. So you see situation and what the president
When he already got all the power.
exactly, but they still want more.
And the legislator gave it to them.
No.
The
No
Constitution.
legislator gave power to president to appoint put manager.
Huh?
No. No law gave president power or authority to appoint port manager. But we see today that the president is appointing port manager.
Oh, but Justice, you have to remember. You remember the ruling about the mayor, where the Supreme Court ruled that the president can appoint officials. So that's what they are going off of.
No, it's a local government official.
But
the port manager is not a local government official.
But that's how they're interpreting it.
But we see even president appointing special assistant.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm saying the legislators are the one who are allowing this to happen.
No, that one is not a legislator, because the legislator created a pool and say this is how the entity should be run. Mm-hmm. That one is there. But the president decided to do it otherwise. And nobody say anything.
But I'm saying, shouldn't the legislator sue the executive branch, say that the executive branch is not following the orders? If they're not suing him, then they allow him to do it.
Yeah, well, you, the citizen, got it ready to go to court too.
I agree. Yeah. I have tried that, but no lawyer in Liberia would like to take the case when I tried to sue a couple of times.
No, that means he didn't reach to.
Did you get a lawyer, or you wanted to just?
I spoke to a few lawyers on certain things, but they were they did not. They were like, "I will get back to you." But people don't like to rock the boat. Just as that people that are not that's government. I'm not getting part of that. They don't like to rock the boat.
I can assure you, when you come back home, you'll find plenty of lawyers that will want to work with you.
I've been home, Counselor. I'm just in the U.S. right now for my son's graduation. I live in Liberia.
Okay. So when you come home, I will be able to point to a couple of them that will be able to go your way.
Okay. I will come and see you. I will definitely come and see you. Let's see. Right now, I got a case that I'm going to bring against the LRA.
Okay, before you, wait, 1 minute. Hello, this is 41st City TV Roundtable.
In Frank Kwame, calling from South Dakota, United States. Thank you, Justice Johnny, and thank you, Mr. Wodokoli. That is why on Tuesday I will continue to mention the word removal. Thank God today Justice Johnny has come to analyze and give us some history of how the provision we are talking about should be assessed. We are calling on everyone so that the laws of Liberia, the Constitution, because the Constitution is the organic law, it needs to be reformed. And Justice Johnny is right. The chief executive has so much power to the extent. I was also telling some group of guys that even other African countries, the chief of defense staff or other high-ranking security personnel in the country, they are sent to the parliament. The parliament do selection and sent back to the council. We have the security council that carry on some appointments and make sure that these people occupy this position. But with Liberia, it's different. And if you have a president that is power greed, trust me, like what Justice Janet said, you will be a dictator. So folks in Redland, the team there in Liberia, those that are following via the Facebook or YouTube, we need to make sure our constitution is reformed. That's the only way Liberia going to move forward. Look, the basic of democracy is the rule of law. If you have a law that is accessible in the interest of the people, the country will move forward. Otherwise, we will just be talking, and things will remain the same. Let me just end with this. President Xi Jinping of the People's Republic of China, he said, where there is no rule of law, the society become a jungle. And you see people start doing all those integrity institutions by right. The president should not have the willpower to carry on some appointments. Otherwise, there will be lots of infringements. There will be a lot of corruption. Thank you so much for having me today. Let us continue talking about this. And trust me, we need a reform to our constitution for the forward march of our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, Justice, you want to just respond to the caller? I know he was commending you and he paying attention to the discussion. So you want to say something?
Well, except to say that I think we are moving forward, because the whole purpose of this program, this show, is to bring to the attention of our people, our fellow compatriots, that we have an instrument, a governing instrument, which is the Constitution, that makes governance in such a way that basically dispense with accountability. So as we continue to discuss, we'll see a lot of things that we will come to the conclusion that, look, we need to take a second look at these things, and needs be found a way to write a new constitution for Liberia, reflecting our experiences, especially for the past 30 years.
Thank you. We are about to close, but we want to hear from Plebo. Moses, are you there? Okay. The line's gone. Okay, before we close, before I go back to Justice Chana, I want to hear from Majestu, your closing comments.
Thank you again, Pastor Patient, for having this program. It's educational. Justice Jana, look forward to coming to see you. I think you might be in our group chat, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try and get your number from out of there. So I will come and see you maybe sometime next week or week after next. And it was good talking to you, having a discussion. Maybe we can have a little bit more discussion on the topic, and I can pick your brain. So the rest of the people out there listening, Radio Land, please join me in signing my petition to take power away from the presidency of Liberia, to make mayors and superintendent an elected position that will move us in the right decision to having dismantling the unitary state of Liberia and making us to have a federal state of Liberia.
Thank you, Justice Janet.
Well, again, thank you again for inviting me and all my brothers here and your callers who call to participate. I think this is a good program. We need to encourage it. You know, the Constitution of Liberia was intended to be a living document. That is why in Article 10 of the Constitution, it is made an obligation, a duty on the state to make sure that it is published, it is read, it becomes part of the what you call town hall discussion of the Liberian people, so that people will know, appreciate what is contained in the Constitution. And I think what you are doing now is exactly what the Constitution contemplates. So thank you very much, and I look forward to more engagement.
Thank you, Justice. Vice Plebo, you want to say something before we close?
Yeah, so though we're not lucky today, to be on the show soon, because we're busy outside there trying to engage one or two things. But however, thanks for the show. We hope that the justice come back again to be able to address the people of Maryland County about these things, the power, the exclusive power of the presidency. at least, to break it down to our people in the simplest terms so they can know, and the position of the president.
Thank you. And to our viewers out there, we will be back here on Tuesday for another edition of the Roundtable. People in Liberia, you always talk about corruption, corruption, corruption. If you see the trend, we have seen corruption for a very long time. Can you mute your phone, Moses? Yeah. Yeah, we have seen corruption for a long time. If you look at the different provisions of the Constitution, those provisions, some of them, they help in making this possible for government officials to do just anything and get away with this thing. So if you are against corruption in Liberia, if you want to see change, if you want to see Liberia prosper and progress, then it is time for constitutional reform. Next Tuesday, we're going to be looking at the powers that is invested in the judiciary. And if you are listening to the program, Justice Jane, he read Article 73. So join us on Tuesday. We will be looking at Article 73, see the enormous powers that is, delegated to the judiciary and the reason why we are where we are. Hold on 1 minute. Delon. Hello. Yes, you want to contribute to the discussion? We are almost closing. 5 p.m. Liberian time. So you miss the time up. Yeah, but we'll get back to you. Sorry about the mix-up. Yeah. And so we want to end there. Join us on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Liberian time, 12 noon Central Standard Time, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be here with our lines open, and the first 30 minutes is the discussion. The rest of the time, the next 30 minutes, you are allowed, you are permitted, you are free, you can call at any time, and we're audience. I want to say thank you for joining us. I want to say thank you for all our panelists and those in Radio Land and all our uncle at the different radio stations in Liberia. Thank you so much for your love, your sacrifice. Even with the up and down of the internet, you still managed to come on. I mean, you have highly, highly appreciated. So we want to say thank you to the Honorable Justice Jane. Thank you for joining us, and the Honorable Majestu Wolokoli. Thank you so much. And we will be back here on Tuesday with another edition of the Roundtable. God bless you. And to all our Americans and friends of America, we want to say happy July 4th. Enjoy the celebration and keep thanking God for his grace over this great and mighty nation. God bless you.